You used to be able to enjoy things, a movie without noticing the plot holes, a conversation without analyzing the power dynamics, a meal without thinking about the food system. But somewhere along the way, you became aware, and now you can't unsee it. You see how manufactured everything is, how people perform their lives, how the system doesn't work the way they pretend it does. And the more you understand, the less happy you feel. So naturally, you start thinking, maybe ignorance really is bliss. Maybe I was happier when I didn't know better. And the conclusion feels obvious. Become less aware. Go back to sleep. But here's the thing. That's not actually the answer. In fact, it's the wrong diagnosis of the problem entirely. Let's figure out what's really going on.
Let's start with what you're experiencing. It's real. It's not in your head. Increased awareness genuinely feels like a burden. Here's why. You start noticing contradictions everywhere. You see how society operates one way on the surface and another way underneath. You recognize patterns in how people manipulate themselves and others. You understand systems, economic, social, psychological, and you see the flaws in real time. And this creates a specific kind of mental torture. Because you can't just enjoy a Netflix show anymore. Your awareness watches the show and analyzes the narrative structure and notices the propaganda and wonders about the ethics of the streaming economy. You're having two experiences simultaneously. The experience itself and the meta-experience of observing the experience. This is exhausting. Your brain is running at double capacity. And because you're constantly seeing contradictions, constantly noticing bullshit, constantly aware of systemic problems, you start to feel like everything is fake. The happiness around you looks hollow. People's joy seems superficial. Success feels meaningless. Relationships feel performative. And there's a book, How I Became Stupid by Martin Page, that captures this perfectly. The main character is brilliant, deeply aware of how the world works, and absolutely miserable because of it. So he tries to become less intelligent, less aware. He reasons, if I could just unknow what I know, maybe I could be happy again. Like the problem is the knowledge itself. And this idea is seductive because it makes sense. The less you understand about the world's problems, the fewer problems you experience psychologically. The less you see society's contradictions, the less cognitive dissonance you feel. Ignorance does seem to correlate with contentment, so the logical conclusion is awareness is the enemy. Awareness is what's making you unhappy. But here's where most people get stuck. They accept this conclusion. They try to shut off their awareness. They scroll less, meditate, try to focus on the present moment. And some of that helps temporarily, but the core problem remains unsolved because the diagnosis was incomplete.
So let's explore the tempting conclusion. Are less aware people actually happier? The evidence seems to say yes. Look at people who don't overthink things. They're lighter. They can enjoy a meal without worrying about food systems. They can watch sports without analyzing the politics. They can work a job without existentially questioning its meaning. They experience fewer internal conflicts because they're not constantly comparing reality to what they understand it to be. And there's genuine comfort in that simplicity. Fewer worries, fewer contradictions to hold simultaneously. Easier social adaptation. You're not silently judging everyone's choices. You're just participating. Less anxiety about the state of the world because you're not constantly aware of everything wrong with it. It's genuinely easier to be less aware. So the conclusion feels ironclad. Ignorance is a form of freedom. Awareness is a burden. Therefore, the path to happiness is strategic stupidity. Just don't think too hard. Don't look too closely. Keep the blinders on. And maybe you'll be happy again. The problem with this conclusion is that it's based on a fundamental misunderstanding of what's actually making you unhappy. And until you understand the real issue, you'll keep cycling between trying to become less aware, which never fully works, and hating yourself for being aware. So let's look at what's actually happening. Here's the truth that's hard to accept. Awareness itself is not the problem. The problem is what you're doing with your awareness, or more accurately, what you're not doing with it. Let me explain the distinction. There are two very different types of awareness. The first is what I'll call passive awareness. This is doom scrolling. You're exposed to information constantly. You're absorbing contradictions and problems, but you're not directing it anywhere. You're just consuming, nightmare after nightmare after nightmare. The second type is active awareness. You're conscious of problems, yes, but you're engaged in deciding what matters to you and what actions you're going to take. Most people who become aware get stuck in passive awareness mode. They see too much. They're aware of climate change and inequality and corruption and injustice and health crises and relationship dysfunction and economic fraud, and they're just absorbing it, passively consuming information about all these problems without ever moving to action. And that's where the unhappiness comes from. Not from awareness, from passivity in the face of awareness. Think about it. A climate scientist who is deeply aware of environmental problems but actively works on solutions is often happier than someone who doom scrolls climate news and feels helpless. The awareness is the same, but one person is doing something and the other is just observing the problem. The difference between those two is night and day. And here's the second layer. Most aware people are trying to process everything. They're trying to care about every problem, every injustice, every contradiction, every system failure. And that's literally impossible. Your brain doesn't have the capacity to hold that many things simultaneously and maintain any sense of well-being. But what if awareness doesn't require you to care about everything? What if intelligence isn't about understanding everything, but about understanding what's worth understanding for you? This is where most philosophy gets it wrong. It celebrates total awareness, knowing everything about everything. I want to make clear, there's a difference between being unaware and being selectively aware. Unaware means you haven't seen the contradictions. Selectively aware means you have seen them, but you're choosing what you engage with based on your actual capacity and values. For example, you could be aware that there's systemic inequality in housing markets. That's legitimate awareness. But you don't need to spend 6 hours a day consumed by it. That's not awareness. That's drowning. You can know about it, make one choice related to it, vote a certain way, donate to an organization, whatever aligns with your values, and then move on to what actually affects your life directly. That's selective awareness. And it's not ignorance. It's maturity. The real problem is that people confuse awareness with responsibility. They think, if I'm aware of a problem, I must solve it. So they become aware of climate change and feel responsible for solving climate change. Aware of global poverty and feel responsible for solving poverty. Aware of their own psychological dysfunction and feel responsible for fixing themselves and everyone they know. And they're drowning under the weight of that imagined responsibility. But here's what's actually true. You can be aware that a problem exists without being responsible for solving it. You can recognize that something is wrong in the world without taking on the emotional weight of fixing it. You can understand how systems work without needing to dismantle them personally. That's not ignorance. That's boundaries. And boundaries are not a lack of awareness. Boundaries are a form of intelligence. So let's reframe the whole thing. The problem isn't that you see too much. The problem is that you're trying to process everything you see. The problem isn't your awareness. The problem is the attempt to be responsible for things that aren't actually your responsibility. Here's what actually changes things. You don't need to become less aware. You need to become more selective about what you let affect you. And that's the opposite of ignorance. That's intelligence. Think about it this way. A doctor is aware of every disease that exists, but they don't spend all day anxious about diseases they can't treat. They focus on the patients in front of them. They're aware. They're not drowning. They have boundaries around their awareness. You can do the same thing. You can understand how the economic system works without needing to revolutionize it. You can see social problems without needing to personally solve them. You can recognize your own psychological patterns without needing to be perfect. You can be aware of contradictions without needing to resolve all of them. And here's what's interesting. When you give yourself permission to be selectively aware, something happens. You actually become happier. Not because you're less aware, but because you're no longer carrying the impossible burden of awareness without action. You're creating a sustainable relationship with what you understand. Some things you become aware of, you decide to engage with. Some things you become aware of, you decide to let go of. Some problems you see, you decide are worth your energy. Some you decide to leave for others to solve. That's not ignorance. That's wisdom. That's maturity. That's the only way to maintain both awareness and well-being. And here's the paradox. When you stop trying to care about everything, you often end up caring more deeply about the things that actually matter to you. You have more energy for the problems you choose to engage with. You can have more impact because you're not diluted across infinite concerns. You're focused. You're intentional. You're both aware and sane. So when you feel that pull, that temptation to go back to sleep, to become less aware, to deliberately ignore things, pause. Because that's not actually what you want. What you want is to be aware without drowning, to see clearly without carrying the world on your shoulders, to understand things without feeling responsible for fixing them. You don't need to become stupid. You need to become selective. The things you've become aware of, the contradictions, the performance, the systems, the patterns, you can't unknow those. And honestly, you wouldn't want to. That awareness is valuable. It's the cost of entry to actually understanding how things work. But understanding how things work doesn't require you to be consumed by that understanding. So the real practice isn't about shutting down your awareness. It's about learning to hold what you know without letting it destroy your ability to live. It's about being conscious of the world without being unconscious of yourself. It's about recognizing that being smart doesn't mean you have to care about everything. Being smart means knowing what's actually worth caring about, for you, given your actual life and actual capacity. You're not unhappy because you're too aware. You're unhappy because you haven't learned yet how to be aware and at peace simultaneously. And that's a skill, not something you achieve by becoming less aware, something you achieve by becoming more intentional about what you let affect you. The path forward isn't ignorance, it's wisdom. And wisdom looks like awareness with boundaries, consciousness with selectivity, intelligence that knows what to think about and what to let go of. That's what actually makes you happy. Thank you for watching. And don't forget, be aware and be happy.